Royal Rumble takes place tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, Saturday, February 1st, at the Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, Indiana. On Peacock, baby. Welcome to Chris's Chaos. I'm your host, Chris Cortez, of course. Today we're going to be doing a quick review of the Royal Rumble, both men and women's divisions, as well as the WWE Championship ladder match, and for me, an unexpected best 2 out of 3 falls match between DIY, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa versus the Motor City Machine Guns. So, yeah, told you that I'd most likely do a quick review of the Royal Rumble when it came down to it. This is essentially the beginning of WrestleMania season. It's probably for most of us, the most exciting time for WWE pro wrestling content. Sets the stage for WrestleMania. Got about a few more months, and before you know it, we're there. It's a fun time. There's a lot of build. There has to be, really, for the most important card of the year, which is actually a two-carder. It's a 2-night job. And I have to say that every WrestleMania since for at least the last couple years, I've been invested. They really haven't failed on getting you invested in their programming. So the build is fun. Okay, I think the only time I wasn't invested was COVID, the year when, unfortunately, it was just taped in front of no audience. It was not taped, but it was live in front of no audience of digital screens. It was very sad to watch. It was a 2-night. It was that, I believe, it was the first time that WrestleMania was a 2-night thing. But interestingly, the Royal Rumble, I believe, was the last major PLE prior. So we were all very excited about Drew McIntyre winning. If you go back and watch that Royal Rumble when he eliminates everybody, pretty much wins. I think he also eliminated Brock Lesnar that pay-per-view. I know he did so at one point prior. But anyways, point is it's a good build. It's fun. It's the time to watch WWE. If you stop watching it, you take little breaks here and there, but you get invested. I really enjoyed building up to WrestleMania 37 because there was not much of, you can't really build it too much in arenas full of no audiences, but we knew that the WrestleMania was going to be the first live WrestleMania in front of a live audience. That was a treat, and people might downplay that WrestleMania, but it really was a great time just to be able to watch it in front of audiences, because it was one of the first times in America since COVID had hit that we were able to watch such a show. Now, that being said, Royal Rumble is definitely, it's easily one of my favorite pay-per-views. It's still one of the big 4 or big 5 if you count the King of the Ring, but it is probably it may very well be, it's probably tied for the second most important card of the year next to SummerSlam, because SummerSlam kind of keeps everything going throughout that lag time when there is no WrestleMania for another, several months. But the Royal Rumble is the opener. It's the build. It's the set. It sets the stage for WrestleMania. There's a lot going on. You never know who's going to come out. You never know what type of surprises. Yes, the winners are usually quite predictable, but this year it's not so, quite there. I have my prediction. I do see a certain someone winning, a certain best in the world winning. I think it's long overdue. This is his year. He's going to win the Royal Rumble. He's going to main event either night 1 or night 2. Now, I want to talk about this because I think that what's interesting to me is that they were building it, on Monday Night Raw, this kind of possibility of a CM Punk Cody match, which I did not see coming. I do not think their paths need to cross. I was imagining that if, let's say, CM Punk wins, he would go on to face Gunther. He does not need the WWE Championship. He has been WWE Champion 434 days, I believe is the number. That's not what this is about for him. It's about main eventing a WrestleMania card. It doesn't matter if it's the night 1 or night 2. And anyone will tell you that both nights, the main event is the main event. They're both nights are going to be packed to the brim. The audience is just charged, and it doesn't matter which night you main event. It's the main event. Okay, I've been to WrestleMania 2 times in a row now, and the night 1 is just as important. If not, sometimes it can be more important. Obviously night 2 of WrestleMania 40, it was unbelievable, but that was because of the match itself with Cody versus Roman Reigns. But don't even think about. But just go back and watch WrestleMania 39, the Sami Zayn KO match versus the Usos. This was by far the more heavily charged main event for both nights. You can tell. Don't get me wrong. Roman Reigns versus Cody, the first match was incredible, and it was the audience was going nuts. But you just knew that there was something a little bit off, and I guess it all made sense down the road when Cody Rhodes lost that first match. Now, let's talk about this because I want to get into it. I still think CM Punk is going to win. I was hoping he would just challenge Gunther and Cena would have a match against Cody Rhodes. That would be a great match to kind of finalize this whole thing. Go up against Cody, but lose. And then go on to maybe win Money in the Bank, John Cena, and then perhaps win the title that way. And then have one more match. I think people seem to not, a lot of people on comments and in YouTube, whether it's YouTube or Facebook group pages, they don't seem to understand. This is not the last, WrestleMania is not the last Cena match. This is his last WrestleMania. 2025 is his last year. He's not going out on WrestleMania. I know you want that. I know that makes you feel good because it's WrestleMania, but he's been saying that it's WrestleMania. It's 2025. This is his last WrestleMania, but make no mistake about it. It's going to be April. He's got one more year. He's going to the end of the year. Okay. He's going to go on at least till Survivor Series, or he might just have a pay-per-view dedicated to himself where he just kind of like ends it in December or even October. It doesn't matter. Point is he's having his farewell tour. Okay. He's going to have a series of matches. I would love to see him finish his career with CM Punk because I think that is by far and away his greatest rival. The only ones that can even come close, which I would give it to Randy Orton. I'd be just fine with Randy Orton facing John Cena in the end. That would be very cool. Or Edge. But it's CM Punk. When you really look at it, it's CM Punk. He was the one that challenged, I think, John Cena to the core. Okay, in that they are such polar opposites, and yet so revered and loved and hated at the same time. It's amazing. Okay. But we digress. And I want to talk, have a little discussion like this, just go off a little bit on these topics. One, because the Royal Rumble is only 4. I'm looking at the card, looked at it on multiple pages. 4 matches. That's it. Am I okay with that? Hell yeah. Maybe there's a couple opener matches that start at 6 o'clock. I don't know. This thing starts at 6 p.m. Eastern time. That's 12 p.m. in Germany. 12 a.m. in Germany. That's fine with me. So yeah, bring it on. I mean, I do not want to stay up past like 3 a.m. watching this. Based on this card, it's looking like it will not be maybe much longer than a 4 hour. I mean, let's look at the facts here. There's 4 matches. All 4 matches have to last at least an hour. So yeah, maybe we will go on until 4 a.m. But it's going to be exciting because there's going to be a lot of focus here on every single match. That first match, which would probably be the tag team championship match. Let's just look at that. I'm thinking it's going to be at least go on for about 20 to 30 minutes. They can do everything they need to do in 20 to 30 minutes, but it's best 2 out of 3 falls. So at least probably 25 to 30 minutes, maybe 35 minutes. Who knows? Could go 45 minutes. These guys can go. I love it. I love the Motor City Machine Guns. I love DIY. They are planning to put on a hell of a match. It's going to be a clinic. So go and watch that match. Okay? Take a little sip of water. This is definitely going to the Motor City Machine Guns. Okay? They have built it up so much. No contests, number one contendership matches. The people have now gotten plenty of tastes of the Motor City Machine Guns and how good they are and why, like, you know, the diehard fans are probably hyping this team up so much. So they're given the spotlight and the stage to do that. That's what's going to be. So this is going to be a hell of a match. So go watch this match and enjoy. It's going to be a clinic. I mean, it's so great. It's going to be a Saturday. If I was back in the States, this would be like such a great time for me to just kind of hang out. Why would I want to go out on a Saturday night when everything's all cold? All the places I want to go to anywhere are packed. If I don't have any concerts to go to, if I don't have any major events to go to, I would be home enjoying a nice, stout, a nice maybe pizza, a delicious pizza, hang out with a friend, maybe Jonathan would come from At Bad Guy Wrestling would come out. We'd be hanging out at the crib watching a nice Royal Rumble pay-per-view from 6 p.m. to say 10 p.m. That's going to be perfect. This thing is going to be like perfectly scheduled, and it's going to be a good one because it's going to be well paced and it's just going to be fun. So I have no doubt that this is going to be a great time. Now, before we get into the next more important matches, please hit that like or subscribe button. You can always find me at Channel Cortez 33 on Instagram and Twitter. And before we move forward, I do want to go ahead and give a shout out to the people that unfortunately lost their lives due to the plane crash crashing into the Black Hawk helicopter over the Potomac River. From on their way to or out of, it's Ronald Reagan. So the thing that really hits home, I don't think people seem to, if you live in the DMV and live in Alexandria, very well there are people, a lot of people saw it. I lived in a condo in Old Town where I could go up to the rooftop all day and hang out on the Potomac River and view planes coming in and leaving and taking off from Reagan. Beautiful view of the Potomac River, view of the monument, the Capitol. You can see planes coming in and out. In fact, there are lights, red lights that are attached to those buildings that are in Old Town that essentially are for planes it's like their runway. It's very sad, and I feel for, of course, the families and of the people who lost their lives, praying for those people who lost their lives. But even more so, I mean, just think about it. Even if you're not connected to those people, which, I mean, those people, of course, deserve our most prayers. It shakes people up, I think. It has to shake people up all across the country, and it definitely shakes people up in the DMV. Because we've never seen, like, since maybe 9/11, just a crash. And I know this wasn't an attack, this was an accident, but it was definitely hit home. A lot of family members, my wife is a little shook up about it. And it's because it was right there. Like, we could have been very well hanging out on my rooftop watching this thing happen, and we would have been devastated. And I'm sure there are people that actually had to see it. And there were, of course, people on the news saying that they saw it and they didn't know what it was exactly. I have no doubt that, like, people that were hanging out in certain buildings were able to see very clearly that it was a deadly accidental plane crash resulting in multiple, I believe it was the number 67 fatalities or casualties. It's terrible. So it's sad, and really, thoughts go out to you. Man, I have a feeling that the 30 women Royal Rumble match will be next. Take nothing away from the women's division. There is quite a build for the men's Royal Rumble. And I think there is more of a build for this WWE Championship ladder match. We'll talk about that. But I think it can go either way with the women's match. I'm hoping it's a sleeper. I hope that it becomes something. It's actually a really good Royal Rumble. I think all these women that are participating are highly talented and have been working really hard. And I think that there's been a lot of talk about Liv Morgan not winning the Royal Rumble, but being back-to-back second place, I guess you could say, like a closer who gets eliminated at the end. Could go to Liv Morgan. She's had a hell of a year. She's put more into it than just about as anybody else in the women's locker room. So it's like, if you want to reward this woman at this point now, it's time to give her the Royal Rumble match. That would make a lot of sense. But yeah, I'm kind of tired of the whole Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley feud that's been. It's done. It's so done. But there's so many places now. I'm looking at the list and I'm seeing Charlotte Flair. So if she comes back out of nowhere and wins that Royal Rumble, my God, is the queen back in it is, we're talking about something that's been, man, it's been like a couple years now since we've seen Charlotte do her thing and just kind of take over whenever she feels she wants to come back and take over. So Bayley, of course, won last year. I don't think she needs to win another one. Maybe there's some more surprises. I don't know. Bianca has won before. Maybe we get a surprise from Becky Lynch. Again, she's won. So I wouldn't mind seeing Io Sky win this bad boy. But I'm going to give it to Liv Morgan. And I also think that she needs to get traded to SmackDown or something. I don't need to see her and Rhea Ripley again. That's all I know. Let's move forward to Undisputed WWE Championship ladder match. Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens. Now, I honestly think this might be the match that Cody loses. I've been thinking about it, and I've been obviously watching the program, and I'm not saying Cody needs to lose this title at all. I don't care what anybody says. Maybe think, oh, he's getting tiring. It's getting boring now. He's lost his edge. No, I really don't think so. The guy handles himself so well and carries his company. He can do it all he wants. He's not. But what I am feeling is that maybe they're ready to go like, I don't want to say the Ultimate Warrior route, because it's not like you can really compare Cody Rhodes to Ultimate Warrior in too many ways, but it's kind of like it could be time for him to drop the title. He's had the title for the majority of a year. It's not going to take away anything from him if he drops that title. But I also would be interested, because it would be pretty cool to see KO versus CM Punk. Main event. WrestleMania Night 1. That would be the way to go. That would be a hell of a match. KO knows how to he's main evented he's already main evented 2 WrestleManias in a row. Night 1s. The guy is Mr. WrestleMania Night 1. Okay? And he needs that title. He deserves it. He could be rocking that Winged Eagle belt, and then Punk could win it, and then we usher in the new winged belt era of belts, belt eras, if you will. I'm not trying to introduce a whole new era again. Man, eras are coming and going every week. But I do think that he could win this one. I wouldn't be surprised. And there are talks that, this can go either way. This is one of those matches where you're not going to be surprised no matter who wins, because there really is no upset. This has been built really well, and that's a great thing. I've said it before with other cards. Matches where it can go either way and not be surprised makes for even more of tension and suspense, because you really are going back and forth. You're going to be like, holy crap. If it was obvious that Cody Rhodes is going to win this one, then I don't have suspense. I'm going to enjoy it. It's going to be fun. And if by perchance there was an upset, I'd be like, holy crap. But that happens very rarely. So I'm looking forward to this match a lot. I love the Kevin Owens charts that keep coming out of the woodworks. Kevin Owens is incredible. He's had an incredible year. This just doesn't matter. He seems to have waves of hype and build. He's not always in the spotlight, but he's always there. When you look at this guy's career, he's done so much. He's main evented 2 WrestleManias, if you think about it. He may not be the guy, but he's always there. I love it. And obviously Triple H has a lot of faith in this guy. And I think they're going to give him a run between Royal Rumble and WrestleMania that is going to be very explosive and fun if they give it to him. Now, if they don't give it to him then, I think they'd give it to him on SummerSlam. You know, this guy is due for a World Heavyweight Championship run. Again, it's his time for that. And then you got the 30-man Royal Rumble match. Okay? There are obviously some big picks. It can go in so many different directions. You've got John Cena. You got CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, Rey Mysterio, LA Knight, Logan Paul, Shinsuke Nakamura, Pentagon. And then you got the 30-man Royal Rumble match. John Cena is going to be in this one. Last one. CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn, Jey Uso. I'm like looking over my computer, my laptop here. LA Knight, Logan Paul, Shinsuke Nakamura, Pentagon or Pentagon Dark. I'm going to call him Pentagon Dark. I don't care. Oh, why? This guy's name has been mutilated, okay? From Pentagon Dark, which is what I always loved. Love that name. Then you got Penta El Sierra or whatever. Pentagon Jr. Now it's just Penta. It's not like, come on, man. WWE in classic fashion just like carves up names to just be like, okay, keep it very simple so that little kids and morons can be like, oh yes, Penta. So they just can, spit out a name real quick so they know you can remember who it is. Now, Pentagon Dark. That is such a sweet name. Bring it back. Chad Gable, Braun Breaker, Carmelo Hayes, and more. This is a stacked Royal Rumble. It is obviously not as stacked as 1992. It's not as stacked as 2002, but it is a clear-cut representation of the new kind of generation of roster. This new generation. There's so many incredible superstars right now, and this is it. And yes, you have sprinkled in there some legends like obviously John Cena is now a legend. Okay, he is a locker room leader. CM Punk. Okay, Rey Mysterio. Come on, dude. This guy goes back, okay, to the age of WCW, the early, like the mid to early 90s of WCW. Come on. And it's going to be a great one. It's going to be great. I'm very much looking forward to this Royal Rumble. Now, you can have an argument for several different wrestlers to win this thing. I mean, obviously, I don't think that Rey Mysterio is going to win it. As much as I'd like to see Nakamura win it, it's just they're not building him right now. Maybe they never will. Maybe this is just his way of kind of finishing out his career in a place that's comfortable but pays well and gives him his shine. Logan Paul, no, maybe not this year. I wouldn't be surprised if he was one of the last entries, the final 4, Logan Paul, because they want to keep you feeling suspense and feeling tension that perhaps this guy could actually win. And I love that. I'm sorry. The reaction that this guy got on Monday night with the people booing him, it's like, go away heat. No. That went from like heel heat to go away heat back to like super heel heat. Okay. He is doing something that hasn't been done in a long time, is getting you to fucking hate him. Okay. Because he is talented. Okay. That's all there is to it. He is talented. You can go ahead and go back. Oh, he sucks. No, that's fine. You can be a mark and enjoy hating him, okay? I'm a mark who just recognizes that guy obviously has talent and can work with the workers in the ring and do what he needs to do, and he knows how to talk on the mic. He demands your attention, and you can keep booing him, and he notice how he continues to go even harder. He doesn't get flustered. He knows what he's doing. The guy is a professional on the mic, and now so much so people would probably be like, "Oh man, you're dick riding this guy. Are you kidding me?" No, this guy is going to be a top heel. Give him 1 more year, maybe 2 more years. He's going to win the Royal Rumble, okay? And you are going to hate him, and that is how it's supposed to be, okay? You think Triple H was loved by everybody in the late 90s and the 2000s when this guy was being shoved down our throat as the new guy? I liked him because I knew this guy had all the right tools, and I liked his music, and I liked his whole persona. That's it. Most people did not like this guy. They were like, he is a piece of crap. He is clearly, in the political politics of this game. He is a political guy in this whole thing. And yeah, they knew that there were people that just don't like him. Okay, Logan Paul's got the same vein in that you don't like him, but he's made his way through certain avenues that are not traditional, conventional, or even respected. It doesn't matter though. It doesn't really matter because as long as he can deliver, he can deliver. That's it. So, but no, this is not his year. Cena, no. He's won Royal Rumbles. Is not happening. I mean, and again, that's something that people seem to not understand is yes, there is a balance between whether or not the person has done it already and whether or not the person has not done it already versus how much do the people want it. Okay. All those things play a factor. And right now, it's about CM Punk, who has never done it, getting his first win in Royal Rumble, okay, and going on to WrestleMania main event. It's something he has deserved for over a decade, and it's something that people still want. And that's it. If nobody wanted it, it wouldn't matter how long it's been, and it would never matter if he never gets a Royal Rumble win, and he never gets a WrestleMania main event. But we do, and so he shall. And that's all there is to it. So CM Punk will win this Royal Rumble. And either way, it's going to be a great night. It's going to be a great night. And on that note, yeah, it's been fun. I'll edit this bad boy, post it, and get back to grading papers. At some point, I'll be back. Who knows? Maybe for Elimination Chamber. This is the WrestleMania. This is the WWE season. This is WrestleMania season. For me, it's WWE season. So I'll be focusing in on WWE. And one more thing, got my PC back. My desktop PC back. I am so happy with that. It is running properly for the first time in 7 months. Yeah. Customer service ain't always easy here in Germany, but we carry on. And if you haven't done so already, please hit that like or subscribe button. I'm going to go get something to eat, enjoy myself, read some papers, edit this. I will talk to you all soon. Until next time, take care.